Alright guys, hey, I'm back again. Um, as I told you, I was going to make a video that made you about 500k in an hour and 30 or an hour and 45 minutes or so. Not exactly correct or straightforward on that. I can't really tell you the exact amount because you do spend money on addy bolts and things like that. Alright, so what my bag is looking like is I have a few items. Those items are food, um, which is one of your main things. You're going to want food, which is, I'm using pineapple pizza. I mean, that's always been my thing. And they only cost about 100 GP more than a shark. So, and plus you get to eat half by half, and then you kind of slowly, and if you've only been hurt a little bit, it just helps. I don't know. Okay. Um, Armadillo helmet isn't exactly required if you want to get attacked by almost all the little flying Aviansies, or however you want to pronounce that. Next, if this is your first trip here, you're going to need to get first climbing boots so you can climb through here, which is Death Plateau. I believe it's Death Plateau. And then next one is the Troll something. Okay, but the next quest is, I can't remember, but you have to kill Dad right here during that quest, and so you can get across this. Next, also, you're going to need a Sarah item and a Zamak item. I'm using a Zamak Stole, which is only about 200k, not too much, and a Sarah Diamond Skirt, which wasn't very much either. It was only about 100, 200k. I would have to go with about 200k. The next problem you're running into is Armadillo helmet is about 4.6 mil, 5 mil. So, I mean, like I told you don't have to exactly have it. This next part, make sure to turn on range protect so these trolls can't hit you, because they will hit it quite a bit if you're not careful. And then, like I told you, if this is your first trip, make sure to bring a rope, because over here, when you go down the tunnel, you're going to need a rope for the first time to stick it down there. After that, you don't need it. I've been able to just climb right down without another rope. What these pieces of armor do is kind of helps you out. I mean, Cerodalman won't attack you. The monsters in there, there's certain Cerodalman monsters that won't attack you. Next one is Zamrock monsters, which are those right there, or the fire ones, I'm not really sure. And then you have Armadillo, or not Armadillo. Yeah, Armadillo, which are these, considered two of these monsters. Now, they can be about level 78, I believe, all the way up to like 90 something, and then there's 100 and something up north a bit. You got to be careful that you don't attack, because he can hit you pretty hard. Yeah. Well, and so next part is make sure to have bones to peaches. So when you run out of food, which I only used about 2 of them to kill about 200 of these monsters, anyways. So, I mean, it wasn't too bad, because most of the time you're getting swordfish, once in a while drops. So that's not too bad. And I'm using addy bolts with a rune crossbow. And I'm trying to get my 55 Slayer, which I did. So now I can use broad tip bolts, which are 120 GP each compared to about 260 GP each for addy. So, I mean, you're saving half at least, if not a little bit more. And next, if I didn't already say, that you need to make sure to have your natures and your fires, because you gotta disenchant things. There's only a few items, or not disenchant. You have to high elk. You gotta high elk a few different items. Now that is from, I believe, rune limbs that drop. What else is another item that you gotta disenchant from here? I can't remember. There's a few items that you'll know when you need to disenchant them. Only items you really need to pick up are probably the laws and the chaos and the bloods that we drop from here too. And other than that, it's really not too bad. What you biggest money maker from this place is the addy bars. When you pick up the addy bars, I made about equaling out to about 300 something K from those, just period. I mean, they're worth 3K each, and if you have 100 of them, you're making 300K. So, probably the smartest thing is to pick those up. Next, just the loot from these guys is pretty nice. You get a bunch of these sorties, like you can see right now I'm getting. So, my bag is now full again of food. I picked up the Rawners, which only 2 dropped. Quite surprising because they did drop within the first 10 Aviansies I killed. And no, it's not a hard place to be at. I mean, it's kind of confusing in the beginning. You may be a little scared off. You really don't want to go down into God Wars. You might have heard bad rumors, but it's really not too bad. And it's not that packed because these monsters just show up like crazy. So after you've killed one, the one that you killed before is already back up. I mean, they're quick. Other than that, I mean, that's about as simple as it gets. And as long as you've got your helmet, if you're able to afford it, they won't attack you on their own. So you can just go ahead and fight through it and go fun. But if you don't, then they will attack you on their own. So just be careful. Make sure to have your food, like I was saying, and you should be alright. Make sure to pick up the bones so you can do the bones peaches when you have the chance. And just have a good time. I mean, I made quite a bit of money within the hour and 45 minutes of about 500K. And I'm not joking with that at all. Give or take, nothing. I mean, say I used, how many addy bolts? Wasn't too bad though. I mean, I didn't use that many addy bolts. So, a couple hundred, which is still, I know, like 100K or so, but minus that, and you're still making money. And think, if you're only using borrows, then it would have cost me that much anyways, because the armor bring down. Alright guys, I had a good time talking to you. Have fun trying this out. Post, rate, comment. Bye-bye.